What is up, everybody? This is Anthony with the VR Game Rankings YouTube channel. What is going on? Yeah, of course, we did have a very interesting episode yesterday, and today back to normalcy to a degree. So this is the comment that I want to address directly. I really hope Chris Cox is watching this, or maybe he's in chat, because he's in chat often. And here's what he had to say. He said, "Glad I wasn't in live chat for this one. Pretty frustrating to listen to. All this doom and gloom from one article. Facebook has said multiple times up to and after this article they're working on a new Rift. It might not be out for another 3 or 4 years, or it might not have all the tech we want, but it is still coming either way." Okay, so that's kind of what I wanted to get into here. I wanted to talk real quickly about this whole idea, you know, PC VR is dying. And one of the things I wanted to say, first of all, look, I'm going to be kind of sarcastic. There's a number of times, and maybe sometimes it's not obvious that I'm being sarcastic. A number of times during my show yesterday, I kind of joked or quipped about, well, PC VR is dying anyway, so you might as well buy Wardust now. I was kind of joking about it like that, but it wasn't super duper obvious. So I'm sure there's a handful of people out there that literally thought I meant PC VR is dying. And so I just want to go over this one more time real quick. PC VR is not dying. However, we did suffer a major blow. And I completely disagree with those of you out there that think this is much ado about nothing, that this is totally blown out of proportion. I disagree with that. So Paradise, I'm not sure if Paradise was insinuating that, bro, you're a little bit overboard with this, calm down, read this article, everything is going to be good. And I read the article, the Ars Technica article. And yeah, sure, Facebook and Oculus, they have come out and they have said a lot of things since this rumor started, but of course they would. This is normal. This is what a company would do. This is exactly what they would do. If Facebook internally decided that their coverage, their investment in the PC VR ecosystem is going to go from wherever it was now to like a 70% drop of what it was, they're not going to make any announcement about that. They're not going to tell anybody about that. That is for them to know, and it's for us to find out at the very last minute. So all the denials and all of the spin that was done, that's expected. That is exactly what we expect. That is normal. There's nothing shocking about that whatsoever. My personal opinion on this, see, I want people to back up for a second and understand this. My personal opinion is nothing is going to change. Nothing is going, like, for the rest of this year and for pretty much all of 2019, we're not going to notice any difference. We're not going to notice any difference whatsoever. I had somebody, it might have been in one of the other episodes, or I mean, it might have been in the 20-minute version of my episode. Somebody was saying, "Ah, man, I just bought an Oculus Rift like a couple of months ago, and you mean to tell me that PC VR is dying?" Let me see if I can find this real quick. 1 second. Let's see. Not seeing it, but somebody was basically saying, "Ah, man, I just bought an Oculus Rift. This sucks. You're telling me that the Oculus Rift is dead? That is freaking lame." But no, it's not like that. We're not going to notice anything for the rest of this year of 2018. It will be business as normal, and probably for virtually the entire year of 2019, it will be business as normal. Now, here's where I think the real big difference is going to come. The real big difference that is going to come is the high-profile AAA type games like Stormland, like Defector, like Lone Echo 2. Those days are numbered. And that's my personal opinion, and I could be wrong. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that Lone Echo 2, Defector, the Respawn game, Stormland, we're not getting much more than that. And those will be scattered over the year of 2019. And so it's not going to seem very bad. No one is really going to notice this hit until 2020. When we get into 2020, you're going to start to notice, wow, what happened to these AAA Oculus games that we were getting every once in a while? Those are gonzo. That's my personal opinion. Those days are gone. That's my personal opinion. I believe all that money is going to be diverted to Oculus Quest development and towards development of maybe a next generation Oculus Quest. I think this is the beginning of the end from Oculus's standpoint, moving away from the PC, but we're not going to perceive any of this until 2020. So there's no panic whatsoever. And then the other thing too is there was a lot of hate that came in on the episode yesterday towards the end of the episode, and that was really fun. Yesterday's episode was a fun episode. I really liked it. That was one for the books. I enjoyed it. And at the very end, there were some haters that came in, and they came in strong, and that was fun as well. But basically what I wanted to try to comment on is, guys, we're adults now, right? We're all adults. Like, most of the people that are watching this channel, I don't think there's anybody under the age of like 25 that is watching this channel. I mean, very few, okay? We're mostly adults here, and a lot of us are middle-aged. A lot of us are older. Some of us are on the back nine, baby. We're on the back nine, some of us. And so what I'm trying to say is, why do we have allegiance to particular companies? Why do we get so emotionally involved in particular companies? And we shouldn't do that. We shouldn't do that. We're not kids anymore. We shouldn't get so emotionally invested in particular companies where if there is a bombshell of some negative news that comes out, it's like, oh my God, no, this can't be happening. No, this is fake news. This is all wrong because, oh my God, you've just shattered my world, my safe little world where everything was beautiful. You just shattered it, and I can't allow that. It's because you've gotten so emotionally invested in one specific company. People talk about VR Roundtable. They call it VR Rift Table. They think that we're all on the Oculus bandwagon because all of us, except for Chris, who happens to be the resident Oculus fanboy of the bunch, he's the only one that still has his HTC Vive. Me, Steve, and Gary all sold our HTC Vives, and everybody thought, we're Oculus Rift, man, that they're 100% Oculus Rift. They're basically shills for Oculus Rift. But see, I don't buy into any one company. I like Sony. I like what Sony is doing on the console side. Hey, when Xbox comes back to VR, I'm willing to welcome them with open arms. If Magic Leap eventually has a product that is priced the right amount, hell, Apple. I can't stand Apple. I have an Apple phone and I use some Apple stuff, but it's like John Carmack. I'm using Apple under duress, basically. I'm not an Apple guy at all. But if Apple brings the thunder, I'll be there for Apple. If it's Google, I'll be there for Google. If HTC Vive makes a comeback and reasserts itself, I'm down with HTC Vive. I'm good with any of this stuff, man. Don't have an allegiance to any company, because this is what happens when you have an allegiance to a company and bad news comes down the pipe. You're either going to go into denial and try not to believe it, or you're just going to be like, oh, no, no, this isn't happening, or it's overblown, all of that. It's a changing of the tide. Deal with it. But it's not going to affect us in 2018. It's not going to affect us in 2019. We are going to get new Rifts. There will be a new Rift. If nothing else, just to save face, they will come out with a new Rift. They'll talk about a new Rift. Oculus is never going to come out and stand up on stage and say, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? We have decided that there's no money in PC VR. We want a closed ecosystem, and we're going to try to get out of PC VR immediately. Yes, we're making an official announcement. We're getting out of PC VR immediately. They're never going to do that. But over the next 2 years, what you're going to notice is there's going to be a slow backing away, a slow backing away. They're going to start to back away ever so slowly. And that's the reality that we're going to deal with. PC VR is not dying. My Oculus Rift isn't going anywhere. I'm going to be playing great PC VR games for the rest of this year. I'm going to be playing great PC VR games in the year 2019. I'm going to play great PC VR games in the year 2020 and beyond. There will be people to pick up the slack. Now, what we are going to miss, we're going to miss the big exclusives, the Stormlands, the Lone Echo 2s, the Defectors, the Red Matters, the Marvel Powers United VRs. Those are going to be a bit more few and far between. Like if we normally got 10 of those a year, we're now going to get 3 of those a year. So I believe it's going to be like a 70% reduction in that area. And that is huge. It's nothing to shy away from. I mean, that is some real shit. It is an unfortunate thing. Basically, I got into Witching Tower VR and I'm in the game, I'm in the world, and there's a hitchiness, and every once in a while it kind of eases back off and it's kind of cool for a minute, and then there's a hitchiness, there's a stuttering. I experienced it through basically my entire playthrough. And so that's the number one warning I have to say. Now, if this is simply a case of something being wrong with my setup and somebody with a normal setup, they're not going to experience this, then that's a different story. Or maybe the performance of this game just is not that great in general. That could be a possibility. So I have to say that that is out there. Now, the graphics look pretty damn good. The voice acting is pretty decent. That there's actual voice acting, there's a story, you kind of have a comedic sidekick that is joining you on your quest. You basically have this floating skull that makes comments every now and then. The sound design is pretty solid. Graphically, it's pretty solid. There definitely is a mixture here with puzzles and action, although I'm very early in the game. And for me, being very early in this game, the only combat that I've done is with my torch. You can hold a torch in your hand. I've had these like hellish hounds, you know, these dogs, these Halloween nightmare dogs that have come at me. I've smacked them in their head with my torch. I've had these bats come flying at me. And if anybody remembers Dracula on the Sega CD, and that is a deep ass cut. We're talking 1993 there, Dracula on Sega CD. If anybody played that, these bats are going to remind you of that game. There's bats that are coming at you. I smack them with my torch, knock them down. You only have to hit them a couple of times. You pretty much take them out. That's been the extent of the combat that I've experienced so far in the Witching Tower VR. Now, I've been involved in some puzzles. I've done some minor puzzles here. There actually is quite a bit of puzzles, at least early on. I haven't gotten to the point where I got the sword yet. That's how early I am. I haven't gotten to the point where I've gotten the bow yet. So I am incredibly early in this, just scratching the surface. These are just first impressions. My early take right now is warning, warning, warning. Will Robinson warning or whatever, because I would say until you know for sure that this game doesn't have performance issues, I would ease up for a second here, because that's my warning on it. So the thing about Lone Echo 2 is I tried the Lone Echo 2 trailer on the Oculus Go, and oh my goodness, that is a really cool experience. If you guys have an Oculus Go, absolutely go to the Oculus store, get yourself the Lone Echo trailer that was designed very specifically for the Oculus Go. It is a really cool trailer. I was very impressed. Basically, all you're going to do is you're going to sit down in one spot, you're going to have your Oculus Go headset on, and you're going to experience this trailer, and you're going to be able to look around. Things are going to come close to you. It is a very well done trailer. So much love to this. If you have an Oculus Go, absolutely try this out. Let me see here. What was one of the next stories I got? Well, obviously, you know, a big news that is going on right now, of course, is this Pimax information. And guys, I am on pimaxvr.com. I believe this is the official website for Pimax. And I gotta say, do they have some banging ass web designers at Pimax or what? Is this one of the most advanced websites you've ever seen, man? This is some awesome high-end graphics. Remember, we were looking at Samsung's website the other day for the Odyssey Plus and the nice little advertisements that they made, a very nice breakdown for their Samsung Odyssey Plus on their website, but this website puts that to shame. Pimax is doing big things. Look at this, hot, limited. Look at these graphics, man. Whoa, these are some awesome graphics, bro. So, you know, this is the Pimax website. Now, the big news here, though, is the 5K Plus. You can pre-order it now. It is $699. So it's basically $100 less than we were fearing originally. I think originally we heard it was $800, right? So it's $700. The 5K Plus is $700. The 8K is $900. And then this 5K BE is 1,000 buccarinis, and it is limited. And you gotta love those graphical designs of limited. I mean, wow, they really reached deep into the fonts and colors to make this. So you guys that are putting all your faith in Pimax, I mean, I could go to the do you really trust this company, Pimax, when their website kind of looks like that? But, you know, it's tempting. It's especially tempting when we're in a situation where it looks like any kind of legit CV2 is now definitely years in the future. I mean, that's one of the takeaways that we do have from all the Oculus kerfuffle, is that a legit Rift 2.0 is probably spring 2021 at this point. Could we kind of agree on that? Can we all agree on that? That whatever product they did have going, that got axed. They're basically going to start over from scratch. They may have a Rift 2.0, but it's probably 2021. So if you know that for the rest of 2018, there's no legit CV2, for all of 2019, there's no legit CV2, now you might start thinking. You might start thinking about this Pimax 5K Plus. You might start thinking about the Samsung Odyssey Plus and the screen door effect reducing technology. By the way, where is the Samsung reviews? How come no one has their hands on the Samsung? I'm very, I'm kind of disappointed in that. Sweeviver, Sebastian, you guys get shit the day it comes out. Where are you guys with that? Because we don't have it. So, you know, a little bit disappointed in that. Oh, here is big, huge news. I just saw this right now. Oculus brings screencasting to Oculus Go. This is prime time, because let me tell you, I've been waiting for this for a long time, because you could be doing something in your Oculus Go and nobody knows what the hell you're doing. So it kind of sucks that you can't share the screen somehow. Now available in beta through the Oculus mobile app, users of Oculus Go can stream a live view of VR experiences directly to your smartphone or tablet. That's kind of cool on the tablet aspect, because you might be able to get a better view on a tablet. So I never thought about putting the Oculus mobile app on my tablet, but now that's something I probably will do, because this is really nice. So that if you're giving somebody a demo, the headset and your tablet need to be on the same Wi-Fi network. You're just a quick tap away from streaming your content, the company says. So that is really cool. That is big news. I will hopefully try this out later today and check it out, see how good that works. So that's going to go ahead and do it for today's episode. Be sure to go ahead and check out the website. I do need to update a bunch of lists on the website. I absolutely do. I know that. And thanks for subscribing to the channel. Go ahead and like the video, and I will be back tomorrow on Thursday with another episode. I'm going to try the Oculus mirroring with my Oculus Go. I'm going to download the app on a tablet. I'm going to check this out. I hope it is super awesome. I think it could be a potential game changer for the social aspect of the Oculus Go. For casuals. Yeah, casuals. All right, guys. See you tomorrow at 11 a.m. Pacific. Later.